you all. To the dignitaries, directors, deans, heads of various branches, professors, faculty members, non-teaching fraternity, and dear students, for this special lecture organized by Faculty of Science as part of World Environment Day celebrations 2026 on the theme Nexus between waste management, climate change, and energy security for sustainable development. It is my proud privilege to invite our distinguished guest to dais. I respectfully invite Professor K. Pramila, Dean in charge, Faculty of Science, kindly come onto the dais and occupy the chair, madam. I respectfully invite Director, G. Ram Reddy Center for Research and Development, in charge, Director Academic, Professor E. Sudharani, madam, to kindly come onto the dais, madam. It is a great honor to invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. A. Gangagni Rao, Chief Scientist, CSR, IICT, Hyderabad, to kindly come onto the dais and grace this occasion, sir. Subsequently, our University Registrar, Professor L.V.K. Reddy, sir, will join in the program. Thank you, sir and madam. Now I request Dr. Vijay Ushasri, madam, to kindly present a bouquet to Dr. A. Gangagni Rao as a token of our warm welcome to the program. Thank you so much. Now I request all the dignitaries to proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp and offering a floral tributes to portrait of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar as a mark of request to begin this program with the light of knowledge and wisdom. I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly participate in the lighting of the lamp ceremony. Thank you, sir and madam. Now I hand over to President of today's program, Professor K. Pramila, in charge Dean, Faculty of Science, for further proceedings. Thank you, madam.
Morning to all. Thank you, Ashok. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all the distinguished guests. Today's chief guest, Professor E. Sudharani, in charge Director Academic and GRCRD Director. Keynote speaker, Dr. A. Gangagni Rao, Chief Scientist, IICT, Hyderabad. Senior faculty member, Professor Rajshekar Reddy sir, and faculty members, researchers, students, and participants to the World Environment Day celebrations. Organized by the Faculty of Sciences, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. The Faculty of Science has been celebrating World Environment Day every year in the university with the great enthusiasm and commitment to create awareness about environmental protection, sustainable living, and scientific responsibility among the students and society. Through such programs, the university continuously encourages discussions on environmental challenges and promotes collective action towards a greenery and healthier future. Today's theme, Nexus between waste management, climate change, and energy security for sustainable development is highly relevant and timely across the globe. Environmental challenges are increasing at an alarming rate due to rapid urbanization, industrialization, excessive consumption of natural resources, and improper waste disposal practices. These challenges are directly linked to climate change and energy insecurity affecting ecosystems, biodiversity, and human well-being. World Environment Day reminds us of our collective responsibility to protect and preserve the environment for future generations. Sustainable development can only be achieved when scientific knowledge, environmental awareness, responsible waste management, and clean energy practices work together in harmony. As an institution committed to education and social responsibility, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University continuously strives to promote environmental awareness through teaching, research, extension activities, and community engagement. The Faculty of Sciences encourages students and scholars to actively participate in scientific initiatives related to environmental conservation, renewable energy, pollution control, and sustainable technologies. I am delighted that today's program brings together eminent academicians and scientists who will share valuable insights on these important issues. I am confident that the keynote address, the discussions will inspire all of us to adopt environmentally responsible practices in our professional and personal lives. I sincerely thank the chief guest and invited keynote speaker, organizers, faculty members, and participants for their gracious presence and support in making this program meaningful and successful. With these words, I once again welcome you all and wish the program a grand success. Thank you. Next, Next, I request Professor Rajshekar Reddy sir to introduce the keynote speaker. Sir, మీరు ఇక్కడ కూర్చోండి.
Respected today's chief guest, Professor E. Sudharani, Director Grade and Director Academic, which can shortly join us. Dr. L.V.K. Reddy, Dean Faculty of Science, Dr. K. Pramila, esteemed directors, deans, professors, faculty members, and my dear students. A very good morning to you all. It's my great privilege to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. A.G. Rao, the Chief Scientist of CSR, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, IICT, Hyderabad, and a Professor of Engineering Science. He also serves as a chair of the Department of Energy and Environmental Engineering, IICT. Dr. Rao is a renowned environmental engineer and an internationally recognized expert in waste management, bioenergy, and environmental biotechnology. With a BTech in Chemical Engineering from Andhra University and MTech IIT
IIT Delhi, and PhD in Environmental Biotechnology from JNTU Hyderabad, and postdoctoral research in biofuels from University of College Cork, Ireland, and he has made a remarkable contribution to sustainable environmental technologies. He is widely known for developing and commercializing the indigenous anaerobic gas lift reactor AGR technology for biogas generation and pioneering innovative solutions in solid waste management, wastewater treatment, and renewable energy. His technologies have been implemented across India with several success biogas plants contributing to sustainable waste to energy initiatives. Dr. Rao has published more than 80 research papers and authored numerous book chapters, holds several patents, and has received many prestigious national and international honors, including Bharat Ratna Sri Vishwesharaya Award and Great Green Energy Award and Vasavik Award in Environmental Science and Technology. He is also a fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry, London, and several leading scientific academics in India. Today, we are indeed fortunate to have such an eminent scientist and visionary in the field of environmental sustainability with us. Sir, I warmly welcome you and request you to deliver the special lecture on the theme Nexus between waste management and climate change, energy security for sustainable development. Sir, regarding it's my privilege to say a few words about the environmental event of this. And here today we know that it's the lecture has been a nexus between waste management, climate change, and energy security for sustainable development. And this is observed, this is actually organized on the occasion of World Environment Day, which is generally we observed on 5th of the June. But due to various reasons, we could not arrange the lecture on that day. And now on the environmental, on the event of this, we are arranging this lecture. The origin of this important day can be tracked back to United Nations Conference of Human Environment held in Stockholm in 1972, following which United Nations declared 5th June as World Environment Day. It has been celebrated annually since 1973, reminding us that a healthy environment is the foundation of human well-being and sustainable development. Today, we are facing major challenges, including climate change, land degradation, biodiversity loss, pollution, and unsustainable use of natural resources, and growing demand for clean and energy secure. So, a major milestone in global environment governance as Earth Summit held at Rio in 1992, which led to the adoption of landmark international agreement, including United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and Convention on Biological Diversity. The Paris Agreement of 2015 further strengthened the global commitment to limiting global warming, enhancing climate resilience through collective international. I am delightful, sir, to mention that our Honorable Vice Chancellor has taken a visionary initiative to formulate a university biodiversity policy, and dedicated committee is actively working on preparing a comprehensive policy document. I am also pleased to share that the Council of Green Revolution has recognized our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganta Chakrapani, for his sustained efforts and outstanding contribution towards environmental conservation and sustainable development. Furthermore, our university has demonstrated its commitment to environmental responsibility by implementing a ban on single-use plastics across the campus. Inspired by the World Environment Day 2026, that theme is inspired by nature for climate for our future. We have organized today's lecture to promote a deeper understanding for environment protection, climate action, and sustainable resource management. We indeed privileged to have such an eminent scientist, Dr. A.G. Rao, a distinguished expert in the field, as our resource person today. I am confident that his valuable insights and rich experience will inspire us to contribute a meaningful towards building a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future. I thank you one and all with this. Once again I welcome you all to this function, to this lecture. Thank you.
Request Professor E. Sudharani Madam, Director Academic in charge and Director BRCRD, give the message.
Professor Pramila, Dean, Faculty of Science, and President of the session, Professor Rashekar Reddy, and our esteemed speaker, Dr. A. Gangagni Rao, Chief Scientist, CSAR, Hyderabad, all the deans and directors and faculty and members of teaching, non-teaching, and the student community. Warm welcome to you all. Sorry for the delay of the program. Today, we meet here on World Environmental Day and the significance and the prominence of the observing day is being told by Rashekar Reddy sir. Greetings to you all on World Environmental Day. We are late by 1 week, but this holds a very prominent issue, which is contemporary relevance to our lives, directly to our lives. We all call Earth a Mother Earth. Kodami Talli ani antaru. Poets and writers, they get inspiration from the nature. Nature is the rather the vastu antaru kada, Katha-vastu. So mother is equal to mother. So Atharva Veda talks about the nature as a earth, as a mother, and there are several verses about praising the mother nature, because Vedic civilization, entire civilization, they didn't worship the gods. All these, thousands of gods, they never worshipped. They worshipped only nature. So in the beginning, human civilization, Indian mythology and Indian history, we see nature worship is a prominent one. It's a part of the life of the people. So Mother Earth, one of the verses says that, countless are the resources of Mother Earth. One of the verses in Atharva Vedas talks about, you owe debt to her. You owe debt to her. That means Mother Earth is giving so much, like mother gives so much, not asking, not aspiring anything, not taking any returns from the children. It gives, she gives, so same as mother gives to the children, Mother Earth also gives the children. So what are we doing with this, the mother who has been giving so much to our lives, life, providing life? What is divided into, I'm not a scientist, sir, but I just, would like to present some of the issues. Biotic and abiotic. So biotic are the living being, and the biotic is the, what are the other in the nature, and all the things which are there. There is a perfect niche between the biotic and abiotic. So what are the human beings needed from the nature? It has been provided with the oxygen, nitrogen, the carbons, and all. There is a perfect balance between them. But if the balance is being disturbed, then with the human greed, we are taking so much from the nature and spoiling the nature, and taking but not giving, paying back. That's a concept. So then this imbalance causes a threat to the human living. That's what we are concerned today. The world's nations are concerned with this threat. CFC, the global warming levels are increasing. 1.5 was the limit, 1.5 centigrade. But how much we are, I think, nearing to? In future, I think it makes it to 3%, which is a signal to the alarming signal. So nature is sending signals, but we are not listening properly, fully. So what are the signals? You learn from the everyday newspapers, rising sea levels, world fires, environmental pollutions, green, CFC carbon, chlorofluoro emissions, the vehicle pollutions or, depletion of the ozone, which we have been using every day in papers, it is threatening the human existence in future. Very aptly, the theme of this year is very nicely said, but inspired by nature, for climate, for our future, and natural resources, is it? So for our future and protection of our planet, climate, this is, we are enjoying, we have enjoyed. We are suffering with the problems, health problems. What is that, food, how we are encountering with this, alarming rise of cancers among the people. So this is all, why we are encountering with this pollution and related health issues. But in spite of the alarms, we are still, though we are safe today, but how about tomorrow? So that's a major issue which we are encountering. And very aptly, our topic today is also nexus between waste management, climate change, energy security. And very aptly said by Professor Rajshekhar Reddy Garu, our university is committed for the protection of the environment. So it's the beginning, like, we are in the heart of the city. This campus is in the heart of the city. But we are maintaining this balance between the nature, like, protecting the nature. Rock Society gave us the certificate. We are protecting the prehistorical rocks in our university. So that is a very, very, what I can say that, we are, destructing the nature and constructing the buildings, but we are protecting the nature and, prehistoric sites also. So maintaining the perfect biodiversity. Campus is known for maintaining the biodiversity with all the natural, rocks around and the water conservation methods, natural conservation methods, flora and fauna, animals, and, peacocks. You can hear them if we leave late and come early. And the birds, everything is, we are maintaining with this, we are living amidst this nature. And for past 1.5 years, our university is like, taking all the measures, like planting new trees and maintaining the Green Council recognition recently. It's not a single small issue to be celebrated because we are committed for maintaining this campus, green campus, and also a sustainable campus, maintaining the biodiversity. So coming to the just World Environmental Day, but this is the 54th Environmental Day, 73 onwards, we have been observing first Stockholm, sir said about this, and why this is more important prominent today, the 5th June 1973 started, and there are several concerns raised during 1960s and 70s. I think we have grown up learning about these threats of environment. In our childhood, we heard about CFCs, and we heard about the ozone depletion and all, when we were school and colleges. And 60s raised the concern about, pollution of the air, water, and also loss of wildlife and industrial waste. Industrial wastes are coming into the rivers and polluting them and causing the death of the fishes, and then, causing even drinking water is also getting polluted. So the Stockholm raised several concerns: environmental protection, creation of the UNEP, just now we heard about it, and World Environment Day. So reducing pollution and, safe drinking water, plastic, reducing the plastic use, combating the climate, these greenhouse effects and reducing greenhouse effects, and safe water and education and awareness about all these things to this, right from the school days till the universities, and how this, World Environmental Day 2026, we now see future planet, future climate, and everything. So climate change is a major issue, which I think, today also, sir is talking about the climate change and all. There are urgent signals the earth is sending to us. We are not completely deaf to the signal, but we are attending it in our way. But these efforts are not enough to meet the alarming rate of the kind of threats we are receiving. So it's a call for the stronger climate advocacy and critical development of our to protect our planet Earth. And planet doesn't argue, like, it won't, it talks to us like through signals, but doesn't even negotiate, but it sends the severe signals which we have to listen to them. So the climate, our future, Azerbaijan, a small country on the Silk Route, on the way to the Silk Route, it hosted the conference and it committed to reduce this pollutions by 40% by 2030 and taking several measures because that sea is being polluted by this waste, industrial waste and all. So sea levels are increasing in the Azerbaijan. So it took the first call and it hosted, and it is a perfect example of biodiversity and taking several measures to protect its country and always, contributing to the world issues. So this a kind of the signals today we need to address nexus between the waste management because waste management is one of the very crucial aspects. Small thing I'm just telling you, like even in our households, how many of us, I forget about the industrial waste management, but in our domestic lives, when I visited Netherlands and European countries, heavy penalties are imposed on civilians if they put the తడి చెత్త పొడి చెత్త అంటారు కదా పాపం జిహెచ్ఎంసీ వాళ్ళు డైలీ మైక్ పెట్టుకొని డ్రై వేస్ట్ అండ్ వెట్ వేస్ట్ we always tell the maids and but we fail that somewhere there's a even plastics are used extensively causing heavy loss, heavy dangerous situation. But still, plastics are sold by the market, people, and then we conveniently we take them as plastic. It has to follow certain measures we never follow. So this is like even like household we are not maintaining. How we can expect in the industrials and this kind of renewable energy process, we are not using it at home, even the country is going to do. So this is what is very much essential to tackle with. And the climate change, we have conducted a conference in 2010, sir remembers that All Planet at Crisis, social science conference. That time, environmentalists and scientists and all over the world, they came and they gave the blueprint and, where several things have been, 600 delegates came to our university, the first ever biggest conference. But, still kind of resolution at global level, regional level are not attaining the results. But I'm with a hope of concluding that, let us commit again on this day of World Environment Day and commit ourselves to start with us and then move towards the sustainable development in the pollution-free world. Thank you so much for this.
Keynote address by the invited speaker, Dr. A. Gangadhar Rao, Chief Scientist, IICT.
अच्छा PPT ఉంది సార్
PPT ఉంది మేడం కూర్చొని పర్లేదు మేడం Good morning and Subhodayam to all of you. So, in fact, actually, I'm very much delighted. Never have seen, even though I was in Hyderabad for the past 25 years, never ever seen Ambedkar Open University. Never I came, first time I came here. And I was thinking that Ambedkar University is, when I was listening that Open University, I was thinking that somewhere outside this university, not in the heart of the city, Jubilee Hills. So that is also one misconception I was having actually. So, but anyway, thank you, Professor Rajasekara Garu and team of people who are organizing this function and having invited me. I hope, I think I come frequently from now. So all of you know, really climate change is a big threat to our whole, in like not only to the India or something specific country, it is the entire globe actually. And if it is threat to the globe, it is threat to the humanity. So that is the biggest threat to the humanity. That is why so many changes are happening, like these seasons, uneven seasons. And when we are not expecting rains are coming, and too hot actually to leave also. And all these things, see, this will not, these seasonal changes may not affect a rich person. It will definitely affect a common man. So that's why everybody has to be actually concerned about this, especially governments. Governments have to take much more care in addressing these issues so that the future will give the green earth to the blue planet, to our future generation. That is very important. So that is one thing. Secondly, as a country, our energy demands are increasing day by day. In fact, actually, one of the criteria for saying that energy utilization per capita is very high, you are more developed. But at the same time, what is happening? Country like India, it is increasing. We are becoming developing to developed actually. But as a part of that, what is happening? Our energy consumption increasing. But in that energy, all of you plus note that 80% are imports. That's why when there is a war is happening in between Iran actually, with US actually, the flow of oil to India is stopping and that is becoming a big threat. LPG crisis is happening. These oil prices are increasing. So even though we have got a lot of resources, despite that, because of the heavy population over here, so that those are not sufficient. So that's why this energy is also playing a very important role for sustainable development. And and we also know third aspect. Third part is like that the urbanization is increasing or waste quantity is increasing. Waste quantity is day by day increasing. We went to several times GHMC sites where they dump their waste every day. There are transfer stations. For example, Secunderabad cantonment area, there is one place where every day some 10 to 15 trucks of waste they dump. We went from morning to evening and we observed what is happening there. So when they dump trucks, these rag pickers will come and they will take all recyclables. And different times we observe, finally, end of the day, what is happening is that only wet waste is left out. Only wet waste, and that waste, nobody wants that waste. Recyclables, plastics, metals, everybody taking away and they're selling. In fact, actually, rag pickers, we should not allow them to do it. Actually, we have to give them proper job and all these things, but our governments know. They are such that they are not at all worried. They are giving great service to the society. In fact, I can say the rag pickers know they are doing great service to the nation by doing like this segregation and doing, and at their cost of their health, they are going there and collecting, selling for their livelihood and all these things. So what we observed is that a lot of wet waste is returned there. After 2-3 days, that is transported to that site, Jawahar Nagar. So Jawahar Nagar transported, and you can see the fate of that waste, how much smell we were getting because of the surrounding people, what are the health problem, how much greenhouse gases emissions are coming from that. CH4, CO2 and all the noxious gases, especially CH4 is such a powerful greenhouse gas, 21 times more greenhouse gas in terms of the potential, no? CO2 is X, that is 21 times X. That is more harmful gas, CH4, methane. So that's why a lot of emissions which are coming, CH4 should be arrested as well as the process for the climate change to control. So these are the things. So now what I thought when Star told me, Professor Rajశేఖర్ Reddy garu, generally I talk about waste management only. Then I thought that no, since it is an open university, different discipline people will be available over here. They may not like talk crudely about technology only. I thought that no little overview will be in between. So what is the nexus staying in between these three? One is climate change, waste management, energy sectors, and to some extent, maybe not to the great extent, some extent how we can address this problem. So that will be the theme of my talk today. Yeah. So the pollution is in the form of different, we can see water pollution, air pollution, solid waste. So all these reasons, for example, solid waste emissions are also coming, air pollution emissions are already available, and water pollution, it is spoiling the lakes actually. And these are all causing this global warming and other issues. Jawaharnagar, if you can see around that area, all the water bodies are got spoiled. Jawaharnagar area, because every day 6,000 tons of waste we are processing without thinking anything. And they are fighting, the people who are staying around that place are fighting from decades, but no governments are worried about that, what is happening. So institute like university like you should actually always think actually, what is sustainable development? Simply like, putting projects without caring environment, that is also not correct. And putting projects without profitability, that is also not good. And so the project should be from all three angles, like, societal people, they should create jobs, and should be academically, should be development, should be there, and it should be environmentally benign. So then if it crosses all these things only, like, universities like Open University, Ambedkar Open University, they should propagate such thought process. They should take it very straight to the and governments and to these public very, so that they will understand. Then only sustainable development will happen. We cannot simply say that no, I will use 10,000 acres here and I'll put this big data center, big project, something like that, and which is harming the environment. What is the amount of water required for these data centers and all these things? Where do we get water? When the people are not getting drinking water, how do you manage that things? Without thinking all these things, people are starting projects, and that is leading to a lot of really. And if not today, tomorrow it is going to be a problem. So earlier, what is happening? Any industry is there, it used to emit waste. So that is called linear economy. But nowadays, actually, the waste from one industry is becoming a raw material for another industry. So that means we need not really waste, need not be wasted. That will become a raw material for another industry. For example, from plastic, waste plastic, people are making different products. So earlier they used to simply dump in the washers and all these things. Except single-use plastic, other plastics are being recycled to great extent. Like that, metals also, a lot of recycling is happening. Batteries recycling is happening. So now the philosophy has been changed from linear economy. Now it is becoming a sustainable circular economy. That is important. This is emerging. This is very important for this like sustainable development. So as I told you, climate change, rapid rise in global temperature due to greenhouse gas emissions, increased frequency of extreme weather events, melting polar ice caps and rising sea levels, global need for carbon neutral to mitigate environment impact. This growing energy demands, I told you, the world population is projected to reach 9.7 billion by 2050, drive energy needs. Heavy reliance on non-renewable fossils, 80% we are using non-renewables across globe. Energy insecurity, rising cost in developing countries. Need for shift to renewable energies like solar, wind and biogas, bioenergy. And waste management crisis is annual global waste generation is expected to reach 3.5 billion metric tons by 2050. Landfills, improper waste disposal leading to soil and water pollution. Rising methane emissions from organic waste decomposed landfills. Urgent need for sustainable waste energy solutions, circular economies. So these are the three aspects which I told in the beginning very briefly. So these are the three concerns which need to address. So if we look at the greenhouse gases emissions, actually, total greenhouse gas emissions are 59.1 gigatons, that is CO2 equivalent. And in this only fossil fuel is only 38 gigatons. That means almost to the tune of 80% because of fossil fuels. So how to stop fossil fuels? It is not going to happen overnight. It will take some time. It will take some time. It will take some time. And India is also 7%. If you see major GHG emissions globally, China 28%, USA 15%. India is also not very behind. It is 7% because of our industrial domination and all these things. So there is intergovernmental panel on climate change, IPCC. That is the UN body, and they do all these things, monitoring of all these things, gases, emissions, climate change, and all these things. So that what has found the emissions from a fossil fuels are the dominating cause of a global warming. In 2018, 89% global emissions came from fossil fuels and industry. Global carbon dioxide fell by 64.4%, that is 2020, because of COVID. Suddenly industry stopped because of COVID, so much drop of CO2 and all, very silence happened. And we are also doing with one project with ISRO. We have observed that all these CO2 and all, like this ozone in the surface, below surface, how this ozone formation is happening. So in the surface, atmosphere ozone formation is also dangerous actually, should not be there certain limits. So we observed that it is very better level when there is no industries operating in COVID. We have published that paper also. And as I told you, these landfill sites, 1 ton of organic waste gives you 1.6 tons of CO2. That is the equivalent emissions what is each waste is generating. Just imagine only in Hyderabad, around 6,000 tons of waste. 6,000, around 70% wet waste. What I'm talking about, except recyclables, take away recyclables, that waste, that means market vegetable waste, food waste, everything, all these things, waste, wet waste is water has, and everything together, it is around 70%. So in the 70%, how much CO2 and CO2 CS4 emissions are coming from only from Hyderabad? There is an article in India, if anybody would have seen actually, Jawaharnagar, one is the most polluted greenhouse gas emissions. One article came in Hindu recently, just 1 month back, I have seen actually. And imagine the situation for entire India. There are almost 2 lakh tons of waste is coming in India, and just 60% also if you take wet waste, how many greenhouse gas emissions? How many greenhouse gas emissions? And what is the threat to this? What is the threat to the globe? And what is the threat to the India? And how to do it, all these things. This is really alarming figures. I have given different figures also. You can go through that. How much MSW, food waste, and all these things. So, and very interestingly, what is happening actually in wet waste, I told you it is going to the landfills and all these things. But how it is generating, for example, if you are taking in a hotel restaurant somewhere, let us take one 5-star hotel. They are generating, we have made estimates, when we have physically actually measured also some places, not less than 4 to 5 tons of food waste they are generating. What they are doing, they are simply giving it to GHMC, and GHMC sending it to landfill. Why can't they utilize that waste at the source? So that they will get, by utilizing this wet waste, they can generate biogas, they can utilize methane, and they can reduce the LPG consumption. And why can't every restaurant do this? Why can't, like, big kitchens are there, hostels are there, so many big kitchens are there. Live about household first. Let us address who are generating more than 100 kg of wet waste. That is the government of India, what they have done. Solid waste management rules 2026. It was actually promulgated in 2016. Again, they revised and same thing only they are telling now. They are telling whoever is generating bulk waste generators, whoever is generating more than 100 kg of wet waste, they have to treat at source. Government is not responsible for treating that waste. But nobody is following that. Only some places like Indore, and so to an extent Bangalore only they are actually doing. No government is following, no city is following. But why can't we do it? So that is the question mark. For example, we are generating a lot of poultry litter. So poultry litter, simply what they are using as a manure directly, which is not correct actually. It contains pathogens and all these things, and it is not stabilized. So CO2 keep emptying in methane. So make it for biogas extraction and use it value. So both purposes can be solved. Like that, we are getting so many poultry-related food waste, cattle manure, municipal solid waste, so many things. Why can't we do decentralized waste management? So that is the question I'm trying to ask. So if you want to do it, this biogas generation, there is a scientific process available called anaerobic digestion. It is a multi-phase process, involves like 4 important microbial reactions. All these things naturally available bacteria, which is available in cattle manure, because all of you know now these gobar gas plants in villages. So gobar gas plant villages no, simply they will put in closed container and they will get gobar gas. But the science behind is that very, very critical and very important, complex and very interesting. So those are the things I try to explain. And so when people are asking when you are generating CO2 from fossil fuels, no, that is actually causing going to the environment. But when we are generating like CH4 from the like renewable sources, CH4 again gets converted to that burning CO2. But this CO2 is called biogenic CO2. It is renewable only. Basically, it is going in photosynthesis. We are using for plant utilization. Plants are going. So this is called by this way. When we are using biogas technology, it is not carbon negative. It is carbon neutral technology. Presently, research is going to utilize that CO2 also for other very good purposes. For example, when we are generating biogas, we are getting 60% methane and 40% CO2. CO2 is let out to the atmosphere. But now people are also trying to capture that CO2 also and utilize for like dry ice, fermentation industry, food processing industry, and other purposes they are using. Then it becomes what happens, this biogas technology becomes carbon negative technology. I mean there will be net reduction of CO2 in the atmosphere because of use of this technology. That's why we should encourage this technology. That's why this role of what is this technology in emissions. Globally, 46% of solid waste is organic, which has potential to release 800 million tons of CO2 equivalent per annum in the landfill sites and contribute to 11% of GHG emissions. Treatment of these waste capture biogas and use for combined heat and power application would result in reduced demand of energy from fossil fuels. Anaerobic digestion, the final product of AD process, which can be utilized as organic fertilizer, evades the use of synthetic fertilizer, reducing the cost and associated because synthetic fertilizers are made again from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels only they are made actually synthetic fertilizers, all ammonia, urea and all. If you can reduce by using this, you can reduce the climate change effect. Spreading onto the land can improve the soil quality and reduce pesticide use and water demand supporting farmers. Now because our carbon content in our soils is below less than 1%. So Niti Aayog is telling next 20-30 years it should be below 5%, we should make it. How to make it? Simply using an organic fertilizer, it is not going to happen. So that's why this waste management plays important not only for partially replacing fossil fuels, but also for like replacing your inorganic fertilizers. So now, what is happening in the biogas? For example, if you see list biogas in the industrial case, if you see, look at the distilleries. Distilleries are nothing but from sugarcane juice, they make molasses, and sugarcane they will take out sugar, whatever it is, and partly some of the sugarcane juice is used for molasses. The molasses they will ferment it. After fermentation, they will make alcohol. So that is called ethanol, basically what we are telling, industrial ethanol. And even for like our hot liquors also, some of ethanol is being used, same ethanol only. And now government is using the same ethanol for mixing in petrol, blending that same in the vehicles. So in those industries, during fermentation, whatever waste is generated, that is called spent wash. So the spent wash is high in organic matter. So what the industry is doing, they are generating biogas, and around 30% of the energy requirements will be met from the same biogas, either for giving to the boiler or for power generation. Now they are using removing CO2 and making it 97% methane. They are making compressed biogas. So that is industry. Whereas if you are coming to the society, same organic matter, biological organic matter, we are not prepared, we are not using, we are simply throwing it actually. Even though gobar gas plants are there, that is only cattle manure. Cattle manure to the level of 100 to 200 kg only, gobar gas plants are suitable. But the gobar gas technology, very simple technology, not is well engineered. We need a very good technology if you want to treat in bigger quantities and variety of waste, food waste, market waste, press mud and all these things. So that is very important where we are lacking. So with that concept in mind, well before all these things, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and this Satat program, or before well these programs, we have started 2003 or something like that, because I work in the area of biogas from 1993. Even though I did my MTech from IIT Delhi, I developed a passion toward this technology, which is like rural oriented technology. I thought that this biogas is very important energy source which can strengthen the rural economy like that. We thought because of my gurujis and all these things, and I started working in that area without diverting my attention to other fields, software and all these things. So now, as far as the IACT is concerned, 2003-4 like that, we thought that we visited several biogas, small biogas plants across place, where, for example, place called Namakkal in Tamil Nadu. They generate very good amount of poultry litter. That is called poultry capital of India. So they are also utilizing biogas plants, but some are failed. Some Western countries, for example, Germany has installed plants there. They are working. So German plants are very, very high tech, very modern design, and all these things. So then what we thought that why can't we develop a modern technology in India so that we can address this issue? Why to import those technologies? That is the thought process went. Because the biogas technology fundamentally started in a place called Bombay in 1885. And it has taken birth in India, but has grown in Europe. So why can't we take back the technology, our technology, and bring back the laurels and develop for the Indian need? Because India is essentially agriculture country and a rural-based economy. So why can't we bring the technology and utilize? That is the way we underwent that process. And in the process, we have developed anaerobic gas lift reactor technology, and it has been tested for different waste. Place called Tofra, only we have tested this reactor very near to Hyderabad, and we have patented it also. And after patenting it, we have installed first plant in place called Bellary, Thorangallu. And there is Akshapatra Foundation, all of you know Akshapatra Foundation. They have got large kitchens where they cook minimum meal of 50,000 meals every day they cook. And they serve in schools for midday meal program. And like poor canteens, some outlets are there in city also, where Akshapatra food is served by government of Telangana, 5 rupees and all their serve food. No, all these things are made at central kitchens. So at that time when we started 2014, at that time they got only some 21 kitchens across India. Now they have got actually some 500 kitchens across India. So we have taken one example with their help, and our Akshapatra Foundation, we installed this plant at Thorangallu. And that plant worked very well, and technology has proven, despite the fact that biogas technology earlier is there, it was failed at so many places. We made it possible with this new modern technology, and they are using 60 kg of LPG. We stopped entire LPG consumption. They are using now only from 2014 to today. They are using single kg of LPG. They didn't use. They are using this biogas for their cooking. Except for rice cooking, they use steam generation using briquettes. After that, so after seeing that success, they have installed now there are 12 kitchens are equipped with these biogas plants across India. And one of the plant is also, even if you are coming Taranaka side, you can come to our ISCT. One plant also we installed at the same time in ISCT also for our canteen. We are giving some gas from the same whatever waste. Approximately we are getting 100 kg waste. And that waste we are generating gas and we are giving back to the canteen for replacement of LPG. Like that, for example, Osmania University Girls Hostel, 2 tons plant is there. Recently, LPG crisis happened, all the hostels closed because of lack of LPG. That is the only one hostel working because of this biogas. So, such wonderful things happens, but it happens over a period of time, not immediately. Overnight is not going to happen, all these things. So, this is the story. And what we have also done is that to be our technology to be successful, what we need is segregated waste. It is never available in India everywhere, because people just they'll mix the waste and throw it away. That is the fashion. Madam told them dry bin, waste bin they are giving, and those bins, madam, I'm very unfortunate to see them function halls, for serving curd they are using. Curd they are పెరుగు అందులో వాళ్ళు తోడు పెట్టి అందులో మనకు వేస్తున్నారు అక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ హాల్స్ లో. అంటే మనకి ఇచ్చిన పర్పస్ వేరే, వాళ్ళు యూటిలైజ్ చేస్తున్న పర్పస్ వేరే. ఇలా ఉంది మన కంట్రీలో పరిస్థితి యాక్చువల్ గా. ఫస్ట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఈస్ గివింగ్, పీపుల్ షుడ్ రెస్పెక్ట్ అండ్ యూజ్ దట్, బట్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఫర్ డిఫరెంట్ పర్పస్. యథా రాజే తథా ప్రజలాగా మనం కూడా అంతే, మన రాజులు అంతే, మనం అంతే, ఇలా మన పరిస్థితి చూస్తుంటది. So that is what exactly. So that's what we thought is that kitchens we addressed. That is good. We have proven. Then we went to the vegetable market yards. For example, we have got Bonapalli vegetable market yard. 10 tons of waste is coming, and Yarragadda is there. Kukutpalli, you have seen opposite to JNT, there is a multi-storied building, Raitu Bazaar. In that also we have installed. Yarragadda we installed. And one more place, Bhatasingar we installed. And there is a place called Gudi Malkapur, where this flower waste and this waste is there also installed. All the plants we addressed, we have written to Government of India. We have told them that no, our technology is successful, please fund us for installing this. We'll take the state government help for getting the place and all the support and like that. With great fight and great pursuance, we installed these plants. Now what is happening after installing, we have maintained for 1.5 to 2 years. After that, governments are not taking interest. But government also should take interest, maintain those. Some amount will be there, some cost will be there for maintenance. It will give employment to the people. It will give little energy, not maybe entire energy, what is you are expecting like that. So fortunately, some are working, not all. We are also taking our efforts to sensitize government to make it work. So we installed those plants, and central government has funded 70%, 30% central government, state government is funded that. And in one of the plant, actually, I will show you one video. Man Ki Baat, the Prime Minister of India also referred to Bonapalli plant. So this is, I think, maybe, yeah. Why is it not coming?
The BR Ambedkar Vegetable Market, operated by the Department of Agriculture, is the biggest in Hyderabad, where approximately 8 to 12 tons of waste is generated on a daily basis. Dispose of landfill, spending between 40 lakh per annum, population and these are the our greatest concerns due to the landfill. Novel high-rate biodetonation technology is based on anaerobic gas reactor for the conversion of organic waste to biogas and biomanure. To analyze the waste sample, CSIR and technology provider, Department of Biotechnology as project manager, Department of Agriculture Market, Ahuja Engineering Services as project company has installed a 10 ton per day biogas plant. Crushed, shredded, and made into slurry by the addition of lime. incubated the feed preparation tank, followed by its pumping main reactor for the generation of biogas via biointegration process. Remaining biogas contains about 30 kg of LPG per tank. The electricity generated from the plant is used for street lighting, operation of cold storage facility, as well as the plant. The liquid manure generated from the plant generation of 1 lakh kilowatts of electricity and 16,400 kg of LPG is produced. Due to the installation of this biogas plant in market yard, a tremendous decrease in the expenditure is observed, which makes the biogas plant. Further, the plant has generated employment to 8 people to operate the plant. Successful operation of the plant and completion of the project has been well received by the state and central government. This project has been appraised by the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, in his Mann Ki Baat. Further, the Governor of Telangana state visited the plant and applauded the joint efforts taken up by IICT and Department of Agriculture and Marketing in making this project a grand success and setting it as a positive example to other vegetable markets, not only in Telangana state but also in other states.
So, another place all of you know Siddipet. In Siddipet, actually, the previous government resigned. They constructed one of the modern slaughterhouse, and they actually envisaged that a lot of waste is going to come from that slaughterhouse, and they themselves asked us, saying that can we put a system that all the waste can be converted into proper systematically, scientifically. Then we have given that solution to them, biogas generation and power generation, so that that same can be utilized there. They are very interesting that they implemented the plan. It is working now in Siddipet. This Bornpalli plant also now it is working. Anybody interested can go. One Mr. Knives, one company is operating that plant now. And several places across India, as I told you, around 40 places across India, our technology has been implemented so far for different waste. For example, market vegetable waste, food waste, and cattle manure, poultry litter, and mulberry waste also. Hindupur mulberry waste also we have applied. This I think Prime Minister what he told in that.
बोयिनपल्ली में एक स्थानीय सब्जी मंडी किस तरह अपने दायित्व को निभा रही है, ये पढ़कर भी मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। हम सबने देखा है कि सब्जी मंडियों में अनेक वजहों से काफी सब्जी खराब हो जाती है। ये सब्जी इधर उधर फैलती है, गंदगी भी फैलाती है। लेकिन बोयिनपल्ली की सब्जी मंडी ने तय किया कि हर रोज बचने वाली इन सब्जियों को ऐसे ही फेंका नहीं जाएगा। सब्जी मंडी से जुड़े लोगों ने तय किया इससे बिजली बनाई जाएगी। बेकार हुई सब्जियों से बिजली बनाने के बारे में शायद ही आपने कभी सुना हो। यही तो इनोवेशन की ताकत है। आज बोयिनपल्ली की मंडी में पहले जो वेस्ट था, आज उसी से वेल्थ क्रिएट हो गई है। यही तो कचरे से कंचन बनाने की यात्रा है। वहां हर दिन करीब 10 टन वेस्ट निकलता है, इसे एक प्लांट में इकट्ठा कर लिया जाता है। प्लांट के अंदर इस वेस्ट से हर दिन 500 यूनिट बिजली बनती है और करीब 30 किलो बायोफ्यूल भी बनता है। इस बिजली से ही सब्जी मंडी में रोशनी होती है और जो बायोफ्यूल बनता है उससे मंडी की कैंटीन में खाना बनाया जाता है ना कमाल का प्रयास। ऐसा ही एक कमाल हरियाणा के बच्चों।
So these are the things. So some people are asking us whether it is better to generate biogas units for thermal application to replace LPG or power generation. But what we sell, for example, 1 metric cube of biogas is equivalent to 0.4 kg of LPG. Presently, market trade is, let us say, 100 rupees LPG. So we are getting 40 rupees for 1 metric cube of biogas. But whereas 1 metric of biogas giving only 0.4 half unit only, which is approximately 5 rupees. So 40 rupees versus 45 rupees. So always better to use for thermal applications rather than power application. Whenever there is no necessity of thermal applications, LPG required for some like remote villages, power is very, very essential. Then we can utilize that power. Anything you can do. So as I told there are like so much of around if the country entirely uses this wet waste, at least to the 50%, we can replace almost 6% of the energy consumption globally in India wise. So that is the level of potential available. And all of you know that this agriculture waste, it is not in like on the southern side much problem. Northern side, what is they are doing agriculture waste, they are burning actually. So that is why that is creating a lot of air pollution. When the Punjab and Haryana, when they are burning this agriculture waste, it is giving a lot of problems in place called Delhi. That is why you must have seen in like Delhi, because the vehicles are stopped, schools are closed, so many issues are happening. That's why what we thought also that the government is also trying, of course, different companies are also trying. We thought that we should develop a solution for that, and from that actually that this from agriculture waste we can develop variety of products: silica, lignin, porous carbon, and we can make animal fodder, microcrystalline cellulose. All these things can be done, but we can also generate biogas. These bottles may be whether cost effective or not, that only technology will define. But biogas can be generated, biogas can be made very cost effectively. A complete commercial plant can be installed. So that is the thought process what we did. Because why it is important, Government of India started a program called SATAT, Sustainable Alternatives Towards Transportation. That means in India, whoever is putting biogas plant, biogas plant is not simply biogas plant. Biogas contains 60% methane. That should be purified to 97% methane, and that should be compressed to 200 to 250 bar. Then it becomes equivalent to compressed natural gas (CNG). So that can be replaced with CNG, and that can be sold in bunks. So like that, they are encouraging entrepreneurs. The 2018 they started this program. So far, approximately 200 plants have come across India. And now government want by 2030 as high as 5,000 plants. That's the Adani, Reliance, the big players also entering into this market. So government of Andhra Pradesh recently signed. Government of I think Telangana also recently signed with Adani and Reliance, putting approximately 100 plants in each state. So very aggressively this technology now is going. So in that bargain also we made some contribution. So in association with Bharat Petroleum Corporation, we have developed dry and rubber digester technology. This is the technology available with us now, and it is like in contrast to the wet waste, it is called dry digestion. Means more solids will keep in the digester, and we are getting approximately paddy straw. We are getting 350 meter cube of biogas, which is equivalent to 140 kg of CBG compressed biogas or CNG equivalent per ton. For example, rice husk also, that is also can be purposefully utilized. We are getting 100 kg of CBG per ton, and we have proven this process for almost for 1.5 years. Now testing is going at BPCL R&D Center Noida, and based on this our technology, so almost two plants. One is at Mulugu, one plant is coming, a 5 TBD plant, and near Tezpur, Assam, one more plant is coming. So this is also another interesting technology, and people are asking when there is existing technology, conventional, why are you developing? The existing technologies are not very cost effective. They are utilizing more power. So when the power consumption is very high, operating cost is high, net profits will be very, very less. So it's not economically viable to install the plant. So people have to install very economically viable plants so that no entire their capital cost, for example, young entrepreneurs expect that no, they should get back their payment back capital cost in 5 years. So that is the happening what we did. So we are also developing for this methane purification technology also we are developed and we are giving. And another technology which we have developed there are with GAIL India Limited is that instead of 60%, can we get 90% methane from the digestion itself? It is not never it happened in the world. First time we are doing in India. So this also we patented, we developed it, we proved it in pilot scale, and now we are one commercial plant is coming in IICT only. So based on that, maybe a matter of 2 years it gets commercialized. So this is the pilot plant over here. So these are about biogas technology. But what happened is that no, all people cannot afford biogas. It is very costly. For example, 1 ton plant we need 50 lakhs. So people are asking us, no, can we convert the 1 ton waste to useful product? Instead of biogas, we don't want biogas that much amount we can assess. Maybe we can invest around 5 to 10 lakhs. So then what we thought process under our mind is that no, instead of generating biogas, make it a manure entirely under anaerobic conditions only, not aerobic composting or vermiculture. Simply microbial bacteria, using bacteria under anaerobic conditions, don't take out the gas, recycle back the gas continuously, only manure will come out. Like that we have developed digesters, small digester, and we have studied it. Then the technology what we have done actually is that in Capra Lake, whatever the water acid is forming there, so GHMC has given that Capra water acid at the shore. So we converted that near only we have developed one digester, we installed one digesters, accelerated anaerobic composting technology, and converted it into soil conditioner, very rich soil conditioner, very good NPK, and it is meeting the standards of FCO also. So water acid, the issue is that roots we should not add. Roots contains heavy metals. Only stem and leaf only we should add. Roots should be separately done. That manure we can use it for horticulture purposes. But general purposes, stem and leaves, stem and common. And one entrepreneur, very clearly retired professor, ventured this, invested money in our technology, and maybe 10 years over now. Now he is seeing the light of the day, and he recently has given interview to Chandrababu Naidu also. In Andhra also they want to implement it. In lakes also, almost 3-4 lakes we are doing here. So using this technology, and this technology also Department of Agriculture Marketing, one madam was the Lakshmi Bai madam. She found very interesting and she told, why don't we implement this technology market yet, agriculture market committees. So 50 across Telangana we implemented, where 500 kg of waste can be converted into approximately 150 to 200 made of soil conditioner. And place called Surya Peta, we installed one model plant first. 2 women, they are operating, they are generating 10,000 rupees per month every. Apart from the regular income, they can generate this income. It is very good livelihood. And after seeing that model, we implemented across Telangana, all places. These are the places. Well, and with this, actually, crops, a lot of very good yield is we are getting. All crops that has been tested by agriculture scientists. And one gated community in Maple Township near Langar House. So they are getting 500 kg of dry leaves. And they are disposing, and every month they are spending 30,000 rupees for disposal. So then we implemented this, and now they are making around 350 kg of manure, soil conditioner. And for inmates, they are selling that manure for 10 rupees a kilo. Outside, they are selling 20 rupees. Now they are earning a revenue of 1 lakh. Instead of spending 30,000, earning a revenue of. So that is what the simple examples also. We can see that now we need not just simply throw away things. Waste is such a valuable, and we are not only money, we are doing great service to the earth, mother. Madam used one called Pudamitalli. Sudharani madam used a very nice word, Pudamitalli. Really, we have to safeguard our Talli. So these are the different places what we have done this water acid to all these things. So Toraka Cheru, all these things we have done. So what I'm trying to say is that, no, there are with simple mechanisms, simple technologies, we can make it things very, very purposefully happening. And we can avoid these emissions. We can we can reduce the energy consumption, conventional energy consumptions. We can safeguard the climate change. So this is what I want to tell. Madam, when she's telling Podumathalli, I felt really happy actually. So Podumathalli well safeguarded in villages, not in urban areas. Really, to be frank, we go to village now. I belong to a place called East Godavari. So where Pachana Palavans are really happy go to maybe Nizamabad also I went once there also. So wonderful గా అక్కడ చూస్తే మనకు ఆహ్లాదంగా ఉంటుంది మనసు అంతా. మనకి హైదరాబాద్ వస్తే మనసు అంతా వికలం అయిపోతుంది యాక్చువల్లీ. సో ఈ అరణ్యాలు కాంక్రీట్ అరణ్యాలని. సో మేడం జస్ట్ చెప్తున్నప్పుడు నాలో థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ వచ్చింది దాని గురించి నా భావనతోటే. నా అందమైన దరిద్రి పల్లెటూరు పొలాల్లో సెలయేటి వరదల్లో పచ్చని ప్రకృతిలో గలగలా పారే నదుల్లో హాయిగా అమలాడుతుంది. రండి మనందరం దాన్ని చక్కగా కాపాడుకుందాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
కవి కూడా ఉన్నారు సైన్స్ బట్టి
ఫిల్మ్ పోయిటరీ ఇష్టం మేడం చదువుతుంటాను.
ఇదే థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. చాలా మంచి వర్డ్స్ చెప్పారు. ఆయన ఈ బయోడిగ్రేడేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ గురించి కూడా చెప్పారు. అంటే చాలా కొత్త టెక్నాలజీని అంటే ఐఐటీలో అంతకుముందే ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేశారు కానీ మా స్టూడెంట్స్ కి చాలా వాల్యుబుల్ presentation అందించారు సార్. And come to the conclusion of today's World Environment Day celebrations, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to keynote speaker, all the distinguished guests, faculty members, students, researchers, and participants are making this program meaningful and successful. I also appreciate the efforts of the Department of Health and Environmental Sciences, organizing committee, faculty members, research scholars, students, and the supporting staff for their dedicated work and successfully organizing this event. Let us take inspiration from the today's program and continue to contribute towards a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future through responsible actions and scientific awareness. Once again, I thank everyone for their active participation and support. Thank you all. Sir, felicitations.
ఇంట్లో కూడా చాలా మెకానిజం. మనం బయోగ్యాస్ ప్లాంట్ పెడతాం సార్. మీకు వేస్ట్ ఏదైనా హాస్టల్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ అట్లీస్ట్ మన కంపోస్టింగ్ మీరు డ్రై లీవ్స్ అవి ఉంటాయి కదా అసలు దాన్ని చేద్దాం మనం యాక్చువల్ గా. నేను పంపిస్తాను ఒక పర్సన్ ని. సో వీ షుడ్ నేను పంపిస్తాను.
Very good. Now I request Subhash to propose vote of thanks.
Secretary, Faculty of Science, Professor K. Mamila Garu, Director of Academic and Director of G. Ram Reddy Center for Research and Development, Professor E. Sudharani Garu, distinguished speaker, Dr. A. Gangami Rao Garu, Register, Dr. L. Vijay Krishna Reddy Garu, esteemed faculty members, students and guests. Good afternoon. It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of World Environment Day. On behalf of the Faculty of Science, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Dr. A. Gangagni Rao Garu, for delivering an enlightening and thought-provoking lecture on Nexus between waste management, climate change, and energy security for sustainable development. Thank you, sir. Your valuable insights have deepened our understanding of the interconnections between the environment, sustainability, resource management, and energy security. Your inspiring address has encouraged us to adopt responsible environmental practices and contribute towards sustainable future. I express my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganta Chakrapani Garu, for his constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support for academic excellence and environmental initiatives. My heartfelt thanks to Professor E. Sudharani Garu, Director Academic, and Director Professor G. Ramreddy, Center for Research and Development, for accepting as a chief guest for this program and for our continued guidance, support, and encouragement. Thank you, madam. I also extend my sincere appreciation to Professor K. Pramila Garu, Dean Faculty of Science, for our visionary leadership, encouragement, and dedicated efforts in organizing this meaningful program and promoting environmental awareness among the students and faculty members. Thank you, madam. Special thanks are due to Dr. L.V. Krishna Reddy Garu, Vijay Krishna Reddy Garu, Registrar, and all the university officials for their valuable support and cooperation in making this event a grand success. I would like to place on record my heartfelt gratitude to Professor S.V. Rajshekar Reddy Garu, Head Department of Earth and Environment Science, and all the department staff for their dedication, coordination, and commitment in successful organizing this program. Their tireless efforts behind the scenes have greatly contributed to today's event success. I would also like to acknowledge the dedicated efforts of the organizing committee, faculty members, non-teaching staff, technical team, and students, volunteers whose hard work and commitment ensure the smooth conduct of this program. Finally, I extend my sincere appreciation to all the participants for their enthusiastic presence and active engagement. As we conclude the event, let us carry forward the message of World Environment Day by embracing sustainable lifestyles, minimizing waste, conserving natural resources, and working collectively towards building a greener, cleaner, and more resilient planet for future generations. With these words, I once again thank everyone who contributed to success of this program.